Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nerds with Friends. My name is Cody Leach. As always, I'm joined by Christian Garcia.
Sup?
Sup? Today we're going to be talking a little bit about some upcoming video juegos for our Latino friends. Video games for the rest of us. February is going to be kind of a big month for upcoming video games, and there's a lot of video game news that's been happening recently too, so going to talk a little bit about all of that. Before we get into anything, though, please make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTubes or subscribe and follow on the various podcast formats. We do appreciate that. That's what helps us grow the show. And like, if you're too lazy to do any of that, just tell a friend, you know? Hey, Jimmy, how you been, man? Still on heroin? Cool. Hey, have you checked out this podcast, Nerds with Friends? It's really cool.
And particularly if you're on heroin, just play all of them.
Yeah, just play all of them. Just chase that dragon.
Just let them play.
let it ride, baby. That'd be funny. You know, like in movies, they always have a guy who's like tripping out on heroin. And he's like listening to like White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane or The Doors or whatever. But it's just us, and it's just like... but yeah, so... tell your friends, subscribe, like, we do appreciate that. You can also support the show by going to patreon.com/nerdswithfriends. Help give us a few shekels. We do appreciate that as well. All right, let's get down to some nerdy confessions where we confess the things that make us nerds. Christian, why don't you go first?
I was gonna shit on the dude that left a comment on Facebook, but I can't find that guy's comment.
He's
anymore.
definitely from Australia, I think, because I had to like look up. He was like... His name was something green, and
I just had to look up the medicine he mentioned. I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
It's basically Tylenol. It's like an Australian/European version of Tylenol. He's like, these guys could give Tylenol a headache. It's like Camadol or something like that.
I don't know.
And I was just like, well, yeah, man, that's like your opinion or whatever, man.
You're always too nice. Fuck it. I'm just going to comment what I actually want to comment. I can't find it anymore. You lucked out.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a big listener.
We're watching for you. Yeah. Well, that happens whenever like I run an ad for the latest episode. I'll do that sometimes where I'm like, hey, let's get some more eyeballs on this. And yeah, you get a bunch of negative Nancy's on that shit.
It's fine.
We got a lot of
people. I love all comments.
Yeah, we like all comments. We'll take the bad with the good. There was a lot of people who gave us their thoughts on the Mandalorian, or I'm sorry, Book of Boba. Oops, spoilers.
Which would have been a week behind at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like we're always down. Some people really liked it. Some people not so much. Some people were kind of in the middle of the road of it. So we do read all your comments, and we do our best to respond to all of them as well, even if you're a fucking dickhead.
Since we're already sidetracked on Nerdy Confessions, I do want to mention, I was reading, since we already mentioned Book of Boba, I was reading an article on Men's Health, which I don't know how I feel about Men's Health commenting on nerdy shit, but whatever. Doesn't matter. But the title was, the best episode of Book of Boba Fett was the worst episode of Book of Boba Fett, or some shit like that. I'm probably got it.
Top-notch journalism from Men's Health.
Yeah, I was just like, and the whole reason they were shitting on it, and I'm sorry, Cody, I know you haven't seen the episode yet. But
it's fine.
So
it immediately got spoiled on the internet this morning. I was like, the one night I didn't watch it before going to bed. Like I look at the first thing, I'm like, God damn it!
That's what happens, dude? You can't sleep on that shit.
I know.
So their big complaint was the whole episode was about Mando.
Right.
It was a great fucking episode.
Yeah.
It was a great fucking episode, and I won't spoil it outside of that. Basically, it was all Mando, and it was a great fucking episode. And they were saying like, oh yeah, their best episode had nothing to do with Book of Boba. Who gives a shit? It's Star Wars. It's still fucking Star Wars. Like, you're complaining that it was a great episode, but it had nothing to do with Book of Boba. And previously, before that...
I don't know. Empire Strikes Back had a lot of Han Solo in it. I thought this was the Luke Skywalker show.
Yeah, it's I don't know. You just can't make people fucking happy, I guess.
Yeah,
and
there's
and
no
we all know
people.
Star Wars fans are pleased by everything Star Wars does. They're the best fandom of all
Definitely
time.
the least toxic out there.
Yeah, they're the best.
Just kidding.
But
we all know we're toxic.
I know, but it was just so fucking weird. It's just like, really, you just You just wanted to take a shot. You just wanted to say something negative, and that's, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know why when someone's critiquing a show or a movie, it's usually to shit on it. And like we were talking about, too, at least if we're going to shit on something, we're going to throw out some ideas of what we think might make it better. But no one ever does that. At least the people that get paid, you know, or the quote-unquote professionals.
That's what's funny is tie this back into the nasty comments we sometimes get on our YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff. One guy on our YouTube was like, wow, you guys have been around 10 years and you have 77 subscribers. And I'm like, first of all, we only started doing YouTube less than a year ago, so give us a fucking break. Second of all, thanks for the constructive criticism, dick. It's like, dude, I mean, I get it. You want to be the first to like put your little opinion out there, but like it doesn't make sense to just criticize something without first being able to articulate what you're criticizing and then also give some sort of idea. We do that constantly on here. It's like, okay, we didn't like the Eternals. Here's what would have made it better. We hated the Matrix. Here's what would have made it better.
Yeah.
So at least we're putting ideas out there, you know. If you're also, just like, oh, this is stupid.
I want to see what that guy's been doing for 10 years, something he's loved and like, enjoys doing all the time. And like, all right, you show us what you're doing that's better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at the first YouTube video. It wasn't 10 years ago. It was like 8 months ago.
You know what I love? Is that he had to do a deep dive on us.
Yeah, he looked all the way back.
Before going for
Hold on, let me do my research.
So like the fact he was interested enough in us where he dug, he did some research. So first off, thank you for going back.
Thank you for looking into us.
I appreciate that. I guess the haters is what's going to make us better. But it wasn't even like, he was just like, how can I try to burn these guys?
Yeah.
Like really bad.
Sick burn. Okay, fine, buddy.
Hey,
like and subscribe.
Yeah, we got to listen from it.
Hey, did he click on it and subscribe? No, you could have been 78, you dumb shit.
Yeah, there you go. Go back and, you know what? Go back and listen to all the other episodes and find all the shit where we fucked, and please comment. We'd appreciate it.
Doesn't matter that we had like, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 listens last month. You didn't delve into the podcast world, did you piece of shit?
We'd like to invite you on the show, by the way. So
yeah.
Well, anyway, back to Nerdy Confessions.
Yeah.
Man, there's been watching a lot of stuff.
It feels like there's been a pretty good influx of some content lately, which is nice, you know.
I'm pretty sure
we go in these like peaks and valleys where it's like there's nothing, and I'm just watching like Warhammer lore videos that I've already seen, just to feel alive. And then there's other times where it's like, oh my god, there's too many things to watch.
Trying to think of what I should highlight. Because I mentioned this in our D&D group, but I guess no one has seen it. Too Hot to Handle. If you guys want some like good reality show on Netflix, Too Hot to Handle. It's pretty fucking ridiculous, and there's some funny shit that's like accidental. I don't know if anyone in the group watched the video I'd sent, but like this one, all it is a bunch of quote unquote hot people. They're put on an island, and like they think they're going there just party and fuck, but they can't. So they can win $100,000, but each time they do something sexual, they lose some money.
Nice.
So if they make out, you lose $3,000.
Yeah.
If they jerk off, you lose, I think it was like $4,000. No heavy petting. Sex is like $20,000.
Heavy petting.
No heavy petting.
What are you, fucking 70 years old?
Which is weird because I don't understand. Like they do curse and they do say like jerk off and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how at certain points they they won't use the words. But anyway,
how much is finger blasting?
I'm pretty sure it's the same as. It has to be the same as masturbation, so 4,000. No, and people do that. They're like, all right, if I do this, then I can minus that. Then I can totally justify it to the rest of the group.
So it's like each person has their own, like, it's $100,000 per person?
No, bro. There's like 6. It's like 3 and 3. It's like 3 girls, 3 guys, and they share a pool of 100,000.
Ugh.
So, yeah.
First of all, it's not even that much. Second of all, I mean, finger banging's like $1,000. That's not that bad.
No, 4,000.
4,000?
4,000.
I mean, worth it. 4,000. That's only 2,000 per person involved. It's not bad.
But it's shared, and like there's the first season was my favorite one. There's this dude named Kells. He's from the UK, and he made himself quote unquote the accountant. And I'm like, that would totally fucking be me.
Yeah.
Like anytime someone like, because at the end of the day they say,
I would just walk around with a squirt bottle. Hey,
for real.
Nope. Cut that shit out.
It's like all hands above fucking sheets. Like no, like
it'd be like the. Oh, have you ever been to Fanime? I don't remember.
I've been to Fanime. I've never stayed there overnight.
You never went to the hentai rooms?
No, I've gone
where they do like the hand checks with the flashlights.
Oh yeah,
it's like that.
100%. That's what I'd be doing.
With just baiting in a room full of people. That's pretty cool.
Well, that's essentially what this group is doing. Like if they do anything, it's in a group full of other people, and like it's hella funny. Like when in the first season when they said they were giving out the rules, and a couple people were like, "Oh, that's fine, that's fine." But when they said no masturbation, and again, these aren't the brightest of people.
Right.
The one dude was just sitting there, and then 2 minutes later when it hit him, he was like, it's like, what? I can't fucking jerk off.
I thought it was like 2 minutes later he was in the corner just like
just blasting money away.
Ah shit, I forgot. I couldn't help it.
But you guys should watch it. There's some ridiculous stuff. The other season, I just started season 3. 2 and 3 drop a little bit, but season 1 was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I don't really like watching reality TV, but that does sound like an interesting premise for sure. Minority Confession. Let's see. We'll save video games for later because we're going to be talking about it. I just recently watched Archive 81, which you also watched.
Yes.
It's a Netflix original, based on a podcast, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what you said. I did not verify, so I'm trusting you on this.
It is. It's based on a podcast.
And I thought it was pretty good. You know, it was good. It's kind of like a somewhat like supernatural, culty suspense movie or show, I should say.
Kind of like a mix of like Blair Witch and like it was like a mishmash of
it reminded me a lot of Midnight Mass. Oh. Where it's like a slow burn and then towards the end like shit just starts happening. You're like, what the fuck? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. They definitely like. I was kind of bummed they left it open at the end.
Well, I mean, because obviously they're going to continue.
Yeah, if they're going to do season 2, that's fine. But I would have like on a show like that, I would have loved just a conclusion. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Interesting stuff. Basically, a guy his job is to like restore and refurbish audio videotapes, like the old high 8 digital videotapes. And he does like VHS and crap like that too. And he's hired by some shady businessman. That guy always plays someone shady.
Oh yeah,
the business guy.
He has a shady face.
It's a face you just want to punch, kind of like Tucker Carlson almost.
Ooh.
And no offense to that actor, like I know you're not Tucker Carlson, but it's got that. You know, when you see Tucker, you just want to fucking annihilate.
You know what
that
it
face.
is? They're the same coin but different sides. Because that guy has like when you want to punch him, it looks like he's thinking and plotting, like he's a couple. Yeah, exactly. He's like a couple steps ahead. Versus Tucker Carlson's like when you're talking to him, he has that dumbass face. Yeah, he's just like where it's like he like
his jaw's hanging open, catching flies.
Yeah, it's just and then you want to punch him, like dude, like, wow. Are you breathing? Are you breathing, bro? Like,
yeah. I forgot how to breathe. Yeah. So, but anyway, so he's hired by this shady business guy who looks like Tucker Carlson, and to restore these tapes that were in a fire. And he starts restoring the tapes, and he's at this like, he has to do it at this compound because the tapes are too delicate to leave. And they're like, okay, sure, buddy. And he's restoring them, and he's watching these tapes, and it's about this chick named Melody, I think. Melody, whatever. Anyway, she's like doing this like documentary project for her school,
which was like in the 90s.
Which was in the 90s, 1994. And she was researching this building, this old apartment building, and like the goings on of it.
The Vesser.
The Vesser or the Visser or whatever.
Visser. Doesn't matter.
And so as he's watching them, like strange stuff starts happening. He's trying to figure out what happened to this girl, and like shit goes wild after that. I really enjoyed it. I like that kind of stuff. I really like, and you know, maybe mild spoilers. I really like weird religious cult stuff. That's like we talk about how I'm not a big horror fan, right? but like the things that I can fucking get down on are weird religious stuff. Like The Prophecy. I love that fucking movie. Or like, what was that other one? The one with Stigmata was cool.
Stigmata. What's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
End of Days. Also great. Devil's Advocate, also great. I love that shit. And I mean, this one isn't so much like angels and devils and stuff like that, but it's along the same lines. So I really enjoyed it. I didn't know what to expect when I watched it. It was just one of those things where the Netflix suggested kind of got me, and yeah, it was cool.
I enjoyed it. It was just, to me, a little bit watered down. Had it just turned up on the horror a little bit more, it would have been great.
Dude, how about when they see the medium lady?
Oh yeah.
And that was fucking intense. I was like, oh shit.
That was cool.
I wish more of that happened, throughout the movie, like more like wild out there shit. I kept waiting for the little girlfriend, the little girl who is also her friend, not the little girlfriend.
Right.
I forget her name, Lisa or something. It doesn't matter. Nobody's name matters. I kept waiting for her to do something really weird and out there and creepy. And
these kids are creepy. Kids are creepy when they do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When they do something, when they're like, I heard what you said, and you're like, whoa, fuck. And nothing ever really happened with her. There was weird moments, but I kept waiting for her to like crawl on the ceiling or something. But yeah, good, decent show to watch on Netflix. It's like 8 episodes or whatever. I suggest you check it out.
If you like that, check out Session 9. It's a movie.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Session 9.
It was great. It was, to me, it was a much more condensed, smaller version of Archive 81, but just executed way better. To me. But
yeah, from what I remember of Session 9, it was pretty good. I enjoyed that one. I think also, if you haven't seen it and you're thinking about seeing if that sounds enticing to you, just watch Midnight Mass, because that show was fucking awesome.
Midnight Mass, to me, on a way different fucking level, but yes.
I think so too. Like, I like the subject matter a little bit better in Archive 81, but overall, like the show quality and the acting quality and like how it pulls off and culminates at the end, Midnight Mass was...
That's one thing I did enjoy a lot about Archive 81. The actors were great. All the actors were great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they did a good job.
And particularly the creepy, sniffy lady, the ones they would just go up to them and like sniff them. The redheaded old lady.
Oh yeah, that lady was fucking.
She
psycho.
looked like an alien without any makeup. Like what was the one? Something Sky. Oh my god, it was like
Skyfall.
No,
or Skyline.
Oh my god, no, it was like an old 90s, I want to say, movie.
October Sky.
Oh my god!
That was with Jake Gyllenhaal.
The dude gets taken up and then he gets experimented on and they bring him back. Oh my god, it's pissing me off.
Most alien movies.
Well, she looks exactly like those aliens, and it's pissing me off that I can't remember
Mars
that
Attacks?
fucking movie. No, Mars Attacks. She didn't look like she had a fucking brain out of her skull. That was so annoying in that movie, the way they spoke. It's so fucking bad. Well, anyway, yes, watch it.
Yeah, check it out. Archive 81, Netflix. It's pretty good show. Better than average, I'd say. Okie dokie. Well, we're going to take a quick little break. When we get back, we are going to be talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. Not Zero Dawn. I keep saying that. Horizon Forbidden West.
Or West.
And Elden Ring. So we'll be right back after these messages. And we're back. Okay. Well, it's, I feel like we've been having some like little dry spells for video games. Like I got the new Call of Duty Vanguard and it's not great. It's definitely no Black Ops Cold War, which I was really pleased with that game.
I enjoyed the story mode. It was fun.
Yeah. Story mode was fun. Zombie mode was really fun. But
I mean the new one. The new one. The World War II or World War what?
World War II.
Two?
Jesus Christ. We're fighting Nazis. It's World War II.
They fought the Germans in one.
Yeah, but they weren't Nazis.
That's fair.
They were just Germans. And they had the spikes on their helmets in that one.
That's true. In the one
they're in the trenches. That would be a boring video game. All right, get up and run to the other side. Don't get hit by a machine gun. I'm dead. Story over.
Just throw those grenades that look like sticks, right? Just like
yeah. I think that was also World War II. Yeah, it's the we're not talking about Call of Duty. We're talking about some new high profile games that are coming out. The first one is Elden Ring, which there's a lot of hype building around this one.
George R.R. Martin.
George R.R. Martin, author of Game of Thrones or Song of Fire and Ice, or Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, I heard he's already trying to figure out how to blame the dudes from Game of Thrones for like the shitty ending on this game. He's already working on it. He's like, oh yeah, they just fucking, that was not my ending.
Yeah, at the end of the game, your character just goes evil for no reason and dies. You're
just
like, hey, what the hell?
Oh, I didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
That was DB Weiss or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, David DB Weiss and David Bainhoff.
Yeah, they helped me write the end. I don't know what happened.
Elden Ring though is it's from the developer Fromsoft, From Software, who they are famous for doing all the Souls games,
which I am not a fan of.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them either. Demon Souls, I think they did Bloodborne also.
I'm pretty sure I bought one of those games and like I couldn't get past like the first 10 minutes. It just kept dying. I was like, fuck this. Like,
yeah.
So I've been playing video games for hell long. I was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, and it's funny because like some people really love those types of games. Like they have a very very diligent and loyal fan base who play those games. Sekiro, that's another one that they had.
I'm sorry, what was it called?
Sekiro.
Okay,
Sekiro.
They said sucky.
Dark Souls. Bloodborne. Yeah, Bloodborne. It makes some weird.
See, this is why I'm not too excited about the game.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
But I do want to check out all the plot lines he's going to start and not finish and never get back to at all. All these subplots that just lead to nothing that you're very excited about.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely possible. But here's the thing about like those types of games. The another game that was similar to that was Jedi Fallen Order, which I really enjoyed that game.
Okay.
So
was that with the redhead?
Redheaded
okay.
guy, yeah.
All right.
Like that the key factors to a game like that is, you know, there each boss that you fight they have like certain I think they call it telegraph moves where they let you know they're about to do a certain kind of move and you have to like dodge, parry, and then punish that attack, and you have to like chip away at their health. And if you don't, you get fucking destroyed and you have to go back to your last like checkpoint. So I don't, just judging from some of the gameplay I've watched of Elden Ring, it doesn't look like it's going to be quite as punishing as the Dark Souls games.
No, I was looking at it's supposed to have like certain skill trees, which is different than the other games.
Yep.
Like they're
more ranged attacks, like you can do magic and stuff.
I was reading that they're listening to the fans of certain things they don't like, and that they're trying to correct that. So I was like, I'll give it a chance. I'm not getting my hopes up, but yeah, I'm still, obviously, if you can't tell, I'm still bitter about Game of Thrones. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, you know, who knows? I mean, like, say what you will about George R.R. Martin, he does have a good like sense of fantasy and world building, even though he only does it when he feels like it, apparently. So I am excited to see that. The story, like, I haven't read too much about the story, but apparently there's like, I think 6 big sections of this giant open world map, which is also a new concept for one of these Souls type games. Most of them are very like linear. You're like, oh, you just have to go up this hill and fight this guy. This one, you can kind of bounce around and do whatever you want, or avoid bosses altogether if you want. And apparently each of these like 6 areas, I think it's 6, has their own like high lord that you have to like conquer and stuff like that.
Yeah, from what I read, there was a shattering and you have to collect the shards. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, it's pretty similar to
Stormlight.
Yeah, Stormlight. I was like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, I'm sure George R.R. Martin and Brandon Sanderson know each other. And Brandon Sanderson's just like, hey, just put out 3 more books this year, George. How you doing with that book you started 10 years ago?
Like, I'm getting to it.
I'm getting to it. Yes. I just have to figure out how many characters I want to kill. But I'm excited for it. Another cool thing about this game is you're going to be able to like join your friends in their game and help them take down bosses and stuff. So it's got a little co-op action in there too. So
yeah, I was also reading they're trying to mix. It's not you can play either as just going straight up and like rushing a villain and fighting, or you can sneak around like the
Sekiro.
Yes, so you can do either one or mix. And
I apologize to Japanese people. I know I'm probably not saying that right. Sekiro.
Whatever.
Sekiro.
But yeah, I guess different villains will...
Shadows die twice.
Yeah, I have no idea. I read that too. I have no idea what
I never played that one.
That is. But I'm curious. I'll probably end up buying it.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna buy it. Apparently, it's already gone gold with the fucking pre-orders, and then it's about 30 hours to beat it if you just burn through it.
I wonder how 30 hours. How long was the last Final Fantasy, which you didn't finish? I'm just curious.
Let's see. I don't know. Because I mean, you know, the length of a game can be different, especially in an open world.
Like, I wonder if the 30 hours is just straight, like if you go and just do all the missions only and none of the side quests.
I think, so it looks like Final Fantasy VII Remake can take you anywhere between 33 and 38 hours.
Okay. All right. That's not bad.
And most of the time when they give like a time to complete, it's without like a bunch of side options and stuff, you know, side missions. So a good chunky game. Like, for instance, Call of Duty, Vanguard, which we previously mentioned, I think it was like 6 hours.
Yeah.
You know, so much longer game. So I'm excited to check it out. I think, you know, it could be a game that introduces a lot of people to that style of game, where most people know going into Demon Souls or Bloodborne that if they're going to like that style of game or not. They're just like, oh, do I love like punishing myself over and over and over again? Then yeah, let me buy this game. Or if you're like, oh, I actually like to beat and enjoy games, then you know, they kind of skip those games. So
yeah, I'm getting enough of that through Cuphead. So
oh yeah, that's supposed to be a pretty punishing one. Like Returnal, which is not a Souls-like game, it's a rogue-like game, was just like so punishing. Every time you die, you just go back to the beginning.
Yeah, I stopped. I still have it.
Me too.
I might try it again later.
It looked great. It's just that style of gameplay is not for me. The other game I wanted to talk about, I should say, Elden Ring comes out on the 26th, I think it was. February 25th, 2022. 1 week before that, though, is Horizon Forbidden West.
I never played the first one. It looked really cool, but I never played it.
So here's my critique of the first one. I started the first one twice. Both times I lost interest and walked away from it. Just recently, because I do want to play this new one, I went back in and started playing it again. It took me like, I don't know, 10 hours, 15 hours or something like that to get into the game where I was like, actually, this is kind of fun.
Okay.
So I think a big thing that for Horizon Zero Dawn, which is the first original game, suffers from is it's the storytelling at first, like, you don't care about. It's set in like this dystopian future where there's like these robot machines, or I guess robot animal dinosaurs roaming the world, and all the humans are kind of like in these little tribes and stuff. So something has happened and robots have taken over for some reason. And, instantly, like, the story kind of starts off, you're stuck in these like tribal politics and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I do not give a shit about that. Why are there robots everywhere? You know what I mean? And, you find little underground like caves and stuff, which are like, old buildings, abandoned buildings from the before time or whatever the fuck. And that stuff's interesting. But the way they kind of told that story was you would go around, you have the scanning device, and you would scan these little like, recorders and communicator things, and you could either read journal entries or play audio logs. And it's just to tell a good story, like most of the background lore shouldn't be in fucking audio logs. It's just so boring. You're walking around and some of these things are like 5 minutes long. You're just sitting there listening to this dude talk and you're like, God,
you know which game
is this important? Like, I don't know if it's important or if I should just skip it.
You know which game did that and I really liked was Dead Space. Because it was horror and there was like usually like someone getting like killed in the background.
Sure. I think one thing with Dead Space too, that, I mean, yes, there were those little audio logs, but like
they weren't long. They were like 15 seconds.
They weren't long. And it wasn't like there was hundreds of them to collect.
Yeah.
In this one, it's like one of the collectibles is like, oh, you've found like 33 out of 85 or whatever. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, I don't care. I haven't read any of those journal entries. Like, Destiny was a big time offender of that until Destiny Forsaken came out, where they started having more story driven, seasons and stuff. Like, all the lore of Destiny was in like journal entries. So you have to sit there on your PlayStation and like read a book. And as much as I love Destiny and I still love it, it's just one of those things where like that's not a good game design. You need to invest and put some time into telling the story through the character interactions. And eventually Horizon Zero Dawn does that. But it's way too late in the game for that to happen.
So I'm not gonna go back and play that game, but just tell me, is it kind of like a Dark Tower thing where like there are like these guardian creatures that just got robotic parts and just managed to live forever? Is it something like that or
no? Here, so spoiler alert for a game that came out like 5 years ago. So in Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one, essentially what happened, and I think it's a really good, really interesting story. So some, business tycoon guy, it's always the evil corporation that starts everything, right? He's created these like sentinel robots as peacekeeping robots, right? You're Tony Stark of the world, right?
Okay.
But apparently something in the code gets corrupt and they all start going haywire and attacking people and trying to take over. And they can't, like, the glitch modifies the code so they can't shut them off.
Okay.
So they start studying everything and see, what can we do to stop this? And they find out we can't stop this. These robots have been made to be super efficient and they consume biomass, whether that's plants, animals, whatever, to power themselves.
Okay.
And so they project that after so many months, life on Earth will cease to exist. The robots will just eat everything and then they'll shut down and then the planet will be dead. So they come up with this project called Horizon Zero, or they're called Zero Dawn, Project Zero Dawn, where they're building an AI system that will lay dormant for however many years. And then once the robots have like died down, this AI system will activate other systems to what do you call it when you
populate?
No, re-terraform Earth.
Okay.
And it'll build machines to re-terraform Earth, spread seeds and, till the ground and stuff like that. Then it also has like a program that will start birthing humans out of these like embryos that they've saved and stuff. Then they have another program that's going to teach the humans all of the past knowledge. So basically they've realized that the world is going to end no matter what they do. So they've built a restart button for planet Earth.
So the game starts after the reset.
Yeah, like several hundreds of years, I think.
Okay.
Or thousands, maybe. I don't remember. But apparently, like, because once you find that out, you're like, obviously something went wrong because people are, living in huts and sacrificing people to a sun god and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, something did not translate over the thousands of years or whatever. And so you're trying to discover what happened. And then these machines were once kind of like, they kind of ignored humans, but they recently started attacking and they're trying to figure out why. So
some good biomass right there, just walking around freely.
Yeah. Well, it turns out that the machines that you mostly fight in it are the ones that are supposed to re-terraform Earth. So, which is why there's ones that fly, there's ones that swim, there's ones that do this, because they're the ones who are like tilling up the ground and stuff like that, and like re-terraforming Earth. And but there was like this program that like one of the AI programs went rogue. It was called Program Hades or something, and it was supposed to.
Wasn't that the clue right there?
Yeah.
The name of the program was Hades.
Well, they were all named after like some Greek god. So there's like Apollo was the learning one, Gaia was the big overarching one. There's other ones too. I can't remember.
Hades will be fine. God of the underworld usually does some mischief.
One thing I wasn't clear on, and maybe I just missed it because I was playing the game, but like why, I don't know. So Hades' whole point was like it was supposed to re-kill everything on Earth. I don't understand what the point of having that in there was. Maybe it was designed to destroy all the robots once it was dead, and maybe it got corrupted or something. But anyway, so it was a very interesting story as you're kind of uncovering it and stuff. It just took way too long to get there. And I always thought that the combat was a little clunky, where like the thing that drove me crazy was, it's kind of like Assassin's Creed or Breath of the Wild, where you can like climb on stuff and tightrope walk and stuff. And I would have it happen all the time where I would go and I'm like, okay, I'm on top of this tree or whatever, and there's a tightrope right in front of me, and I want to tightrope over to the other one. So in the game, you're supposed to jump onto it and tightrope over. But so many times I would jump on it, and she would just fall off the side of it, and I would fall right in front of a fucking robot dinosaur and be like, oh, fuck.
You have shit balance, dude.
Well, no, there's no balance mechanic. There's no latching. The latching mechanic where she latches on and will start walking across.
She doesn't have monkey feet, dude.
Dude, for a game like that, you have to have monkey feet for sure. But yeah, it was just so it did take me a while to get back into it. Now I am excited for this new one, Forbidden West, because first of all,
one of the things I read was that there's more like climbing and it's easier, so they fixed that.
They fixed a lot of the stuff that people had complained about. Like the scanning thing was stupid because you start walking slow whenever you're on it, and it looks like now it's more of a pulse kind of thing.
Okay.
So you can be more active while doing it. You can climb more, and the climbing's supposed to be more fluid. So hopefully they fixed the fucking tightrope thing. They also, I think we talked about it before, they redesigned the character a little bit, Aloy. But
oh, that's funny because when I was reading the article, I thought it was Alloy.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's definitely supposed to be Alloy, but because they live in a world of metal and stuff. And
didn't they give her like freckles now and like blemishes or something?
Yeah. So this image right here is probably the most damning one. Like, where is it? Let's find a good one. So here's the original versus the old one. And like,
she was just healthier.
I think that
the old one.
Yeah, in this new one, it looks like she got her wisdom teeth out. Like they puffed up her cheeks, you know?
She's got baby fat. What's the big deal?
Well, yeah, she's older and got baby fat. But one thing is I've seen more and more footage, and I think that's just a bad angle. Cause like
she doesn't photograph well. What's the big deal?
Yeah, they don't have cameras. They're in the weird post-apocalyptic world. But like something like this picture here, she looks like normal.
You know what it is? They don't like that she's ginger. That's all it is.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know how to make a redhead look attractive. Oh my God, look at that. That's one of the small. That's her when she's young in the first one.
People don't like gingers in video games. Didn't Cal from the Star Wars game got a lot of hate? I feel like just because he was a ginger.
Did he? Yeah, it was like no redheads in Star Wars.
No, they don't like it.
But I think that was the thing that people were like controversial about was just a bad angle because I think she looks fine right there. And but yeah, they definitely wanted to change it to make it to fit in with modern standards of what is beauty and whatnot. They're not trying to make it so she's like fucking super hot like whoever did this.
You know what they should have done is just thrown the green M&M in there. That's what they should have done.
Oh my god! Don't get me started on the fucking green M&M
With the nurse shoes.
Look at this. This is funny. Someone did what's her face from
The second
the Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Yeah. But oh my god, people are cruel on the internet.
Man, they just full on and just instead of like like baby fat, they just made her like really fat.
Yeah. But I think first of all, this new game looks incredible. I don't know if you've seen some videos and stuff. But
I saw the videos that were coming out when they announced the PS5, or like when it was soon to release the PS5, and it did look amazing.
Yeah, like there's you can swim underwater now, which in the first game you could only swim kind of like on the surface.
Oh my god, I know I'm being distracting, but they're just comparing her to Jabba the Hutt there. Jesus Christ.
That's funny. 2017, 2021, 2035.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I didn't think it's oh my god. It's we'll post some of these on our YouTube while we're talking about this, but I never thought I'm like, oh my god, I'm not going to play this game. They made her fat. But it always struck me as weird that they would change the character, because like this was they actually showed this picture here when they first announced it, and I was just like, what? That's kind of weird, but I mean, it's just a bad angle, bad lighting, or whatever.
She's getting fed better. Isn't that what you want? Like she's in a post-apocalyptic place.
Nope, food is scarce.
Food was scarce, and in part 2, she has more food. What's the big deal?
She obviously found more technology to make.
If you think about it, in a timeline like this, you would think someone who's thicker would be more attractive because they have more food, and that's more appealing.
It's a sign of power.
There you go.
Yeah,
makes sense.
But yeah, I think she looks fine. Also, in some pictures that I've seen, like her eyebrows are like dyed black, which I was like, that's weird. They found hair dye back then.
It's mud.
It's mud.
It's just mud.
Just
mud.
Just pencil in my eyebrows.
They should hire us. I could fix all these problems with simple storytelling.
But yeah, it looks like the open world landscape looks much more alive. Like the grass will blow and stuff like that as you write, much like Ghost of Tsushima, but like cranked to 11 because it's the PS5 and it's built for the PS5.
God, they need to do another Ghost of Tsushima on the PS5.
Dude, I cannot wait.
It'd be so dope. I know they're doing the movie, and I believe they got the guy who did the motion capturing to be in the movie. So
I'm sure they'll do a sequel one. I think it's already in the works where he's gonna go to like mainland China and just fuck shit up.
Or mainland Japan. I mean, it took place in the island of Tsushima, so it's fine.
Maybe he's just gonna go to China and fuck shit up. Don't ruin my dreams, Christian.
He's gonna fight Genghis Khan himself.
Oh my god, that would be fucking sick. Though I don't know history well enough to know if that's possible.
I believe that was his nephew.
Maybe
one of his nephews who went. So that means Genghis Khan is probably dead at that point. Probably. I don't know.
Probably. But back to Horizon Forbidden West. It looks great. It's taking place on the West Coast, best coast. So I've already seen pictures of like the Golden Gate Bridge and stuff. Which Golden Gate Bridge never survives any sort of like global catastrophe.
Hey, that shit survived the '89 earthquake. I'm sure it could take anything.
But
Bay Bridge would go down for sure.
Yeah. Well, the Bay Bridge is actually nice and new now. At least half of it is.
Yeah. Didn't do too well in '89.
Half of it will fall down. The other half, not so much. But yeah, Golden Gate Bridge, Independence Day gets blown up. X-Men 3 gets ripped up by Magneto.
It's true. Magneto takes up like a
They always take out the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm like, dude, it's just going to Sausalito. No one cares.
Yeah, no one would care if they took it out. That's why it's Sausalito.
The people in Sausalito are probably like, finally, the riffraff from San Francisco can't come up here to our yacht club.
We wouldn't be able to go to Muir Woods anymore, and that would kind of fucking
that's true.
suck.
Well, I mean, you could still go. It's just longer.
Just go around.
Go around.
It's not my favorite way.
It's not my favorite way. I don't want to go through the, San Pablo Bridge or whatever?
Yeah, not doing that shit.
No way. It looks good, though. Now that we've kind of talked about both of them, which one do you think is going to be the more successful game, Christian? Ooh. They both have quite a bit of hype built up around them.
Gameplay-wise, I'm going to say I feel like they're listening more to the fans in Horizon. And I'm probably just being super fucking biased about George R. R. Martin, but I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna try both, but I'm still like I know I was fucking around trying to be funny about the whole like he's gonna bring up storylines that never get answered, but I wouldn't also be fucking surprised if he did it.
Well, I mean, so one thing I think I want to make clear because I am a big fan of his books. Like his books are nowhere near complete. So he hasn't really abandoned anything in the books. He just hasn't written them yet. So,
and he's not going to at this point. He's not going to do it.
I don't know. Hopefully, Brandon Sanderson just comes in and fixes them.
That's what he's waiting. He's just waiting for him to
biding my time. George R. R. Martin and Robert Jordan, who wrote The Wheel of Time, were very good friends.
Oh, nice.
And George R. R. Martin was the only other person he considered having finished The Wheel of Time, but then he actually wanted it to get finished, so he went with someone else. That's 100% true.
I bet.
He's like,
I don't doubt you.
I would love George to do it. He's one of my greatest friends, but he'll never finish it.
I'm sure George Martin is like, fuck. He died. I bet you that was George Martin's like.
He's like, I keep waiting.
That was his whole plan. He's like, I'll just wait till I die, and then someone else.
Robert Jordan will finish. Nope.
Yep. Nope.
Jordan bit the bug at first.
And he's like, he took my idea, you motherfucker.
Now they're gonna expect a 4th or 5th book.
Now he's gonna live forever and never finish it.
Yeah. I mean, I hope we get a new one. I hope we get a new not Wheel of Time, Name of the Wind book, the King Killer Chronicle from Patrick Rothfuss. But I don't know. Outlook not so good. Meanwhile, Brandon Sanderson puts out 3 books a year or 2 books a year, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, if I had to pick between the 2 games, as far as I think Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West, I'm gonna call it Zero Dawn forever. Also, bad name. Like it's a bad, like the Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West. Horizon I think is not a good name, but it's fine.
I don't know enough about this game to, say one way or another if Horizon was a good idea.
Yeah, Horizon. There's nothing in it called Horizon. There's something called Zero Dawn.
So you're saying they should just name it Zero Dawn?
I mean, well, Zero Dawn was the program that was supposed to repopulate the world, right? And so this is the Forbidden West, where it takes place in the West. So I don't know what Horizon is. It's like what's on the horizon for humankind? I don't know. But it should have just been called like Aloy or something like that. I don't know. Something different. Something easily remembered.
Yeah, so my vote is for Forbidden West.
I think it definitely has a more mass market appeal, but I think that Elden Ring might edge it out a bit just because of PC players. And I think Elden Ring is going to be on Xbox and PC also, where Horizon Forbidden West, I believe, is PlayStation exclusive.
Also, it's Bandai, right? That's doing Elden Ring. I was just looking at the
Bandai
games.
Namco.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay, Tekken.
They're gonna make some fucking toys
for sure. So I was like, okay, what have they done? Tekken. What else? Mrs. Pac-Man.
I was gonna say Power Rangers, but that's Saban.
Yeah. See, I was trying to think of some other game where I could be like, and then the Souls game, and it was like, there's nothing that pulled me into those.
Bandai Namco games. They did a bunch of Dragon Ball games. So those
there was the only one I can remember is the one that Hell Pockets would talk to us about.
Not Xenoverse. It was Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
I believe so. Outside of the other Dragon Ball games, I can't tell you one that was.
Wait, you're telling me Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition was not one of your must-have games?
Well, I didn't know it was in there, Cody. Well, now that I know.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I never played that one. Tales of Arise. These.
Yeah, look at all that.
A lot of Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, see?
Yeah, I know that one. There's a lot of
wrong.
Pac-Man games.
Crushed it. Pac-Man was an amazing game like 40 years ago or whenever it came out. So,
but yeah, I mean, let it die. Namco Museum Volume 1, 2. Yeah, that's interesting. They haven't done a lot of heavy hitter games for sure. A lot of weird Japanese Gundam games that I've never heard of. Oh, I did hear that Ni no Kuni was supposed to be good. Ni no Kuni. But not a lot of big time games. So very interesting. I mean, it could be one of those ones that just like, comes out of nowhere and just blows everyone away. Like, not that Ghost of Tsushima came out of nowhere. It was, they had made what was it, Sucker Punch?
Yeah, but Sucker Punch is, I personally really like Sucker Punch. So they were the ones who did the remake of Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
DMC, which to me was the best fucking one. And I'm actually, like, I was bummed out that got taken away from them and given back to Capcom. I was like, great. Like, they brought it back to life.
I like the Infamous games a lot.
Infamous is cool.
I never played the Festival of Blood one, but it sounded cool.
Second Son was cool.
Yeah.
First Light was cool.
Yep. Sly the Raccoon.
Our best work? Are you serious? They don't have a... Was it DMC? I'm pretty sure the remake of Devil May Cry was Sucker Punch. No, I think it was Ninja Studios. Oh, shit. I might have fucked up.
Yeah, so, but, the last Infamous game had come out so long ago. Like, we're like, oh, what's this game? And then all of a sudden it comes out of nowhere and it's like, oh, this is probably one of the best games on PS4.
Ninja Theory. I was wrong. Fuck, forgive me. I love Ninja Theory. Sucker Punch, you're awesome too.
Sucker Punch, you're good too. We just, we haven't heard from you in a while. Second Son was really the last one that I remember. And when did that come out?
That was the PS4.
Yeah.
That was one of the launching ones for PS4.
Oh, yeah. So, long time ago. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I'm excited for both. Let us know down in the comments, guys, which ones you're most excited for. Are you going to play both? Or are you just going to pick one or the other? I'm interested to see kind of how it shakes out. I'm excited for both. I'm definitely going to buy them both, day one and start playing them.
I'll for sure get Horizon, and I'll wait to see about it.
It sucks that they're both coming out at the same time because that's a fucking $120 or whatever that I got to spend on games. But, they both look great. I'm excited for Elden Ring to be able to play co-op. That sounds really fun to play in that world. And I do like the design of the characters and stuff, at least from what I've seen so far. So hopefully it's not too punishing and doesn't make me hate video games, because some of those Souls games do. I remember I bought this game called Nioh, Nioh, and it's like a samurai Souls style game. I literally couldn't get past the first level. I was like, what is happening? I'm good at video games.
That sounds like one of those games where you just have to roll a lot. You just roll around.
That's exactly what it is. You just have to roll and parry. And you can't just, how like on a lot of games you mash the attack button, so he just keeps attacking. In that game, if you mash the button 3 times, you can't cancel out of that attack and block. He's just going to attack 3 times no matter what, and then you just get pummeled by the other guy. So you have to be very precise about, like, attack, block, attack.
See, that was one of those things in Tekken, which, granted, it was not a bad idea. It was a good idea, and it was something during fighting games where, like, it wasn't just hitting buttons in a certain combination. It was hitting buttons at, like, a certain tempo. Like, you had to be almost like a goddamn musician to do it. So it's like tap, 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 tap. Or else it wouldn't fucking work.
I don't know Morse code, Tekken. What are you trying to do to me?
Now, granted,
tap, 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 tap.
Yeah, I mean, it was something new, and, we always want to see new stuff, but just for me, it just didn't work for me, and it sounds like that game you're talking about was like that, where if you don't get it right, you get punished, like, pretty fucking bad.
And the Star Wars game did that to a lesser extent, too, but it had a difficulty setting, which is kind of nice, which the Souls games famously do not. Yeah. They're like, this is how it's meant to be played. Either play it that way or fuck you. I'm like, all right, man. Well, fuck me, I guess. I'm not playing your games, but here I am. I'm going to play this one. So, and I think realistically, they did an incredible thing getting George R. R. Martin involved, because that's what's making me want to play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If it wasn't him, I'd be like, man, fuck off, Fromsoft. I don't care. But yeah, I'm going to check it out for sure. See what happens. But
hope we do get a new Star Wars game. I really want to see more of that.
Oh, so funny you should mention that. We'll mention this right at the end. Respawn just mentioned who they're the makers of Apex Legends. They just mentioned that they are working on, I think, 3 new Star Wars games. Now that, like, who was it? EA had owned them for so long.
Yeah,
the rights.
That was the one that we had mentioned earlier.
Yeah, so.
Which to me was one of the more scarier times they had a version of Darth Vader. Like when you saw him in that game, you're like, I'm fucked. There's nothing I can do against him.
There's no way. Yeah, so Respawn, the studio behind games like Apex Legends and Titanfall, is making a big push into Star Wars. They announced that it's working on 3 new Star Wars titles, including a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order.
Nice.
But like, you know, who knows what the other games are going to be, but Lucasfilm has been kind of opening up and working with more developers on upcoming licensed games like Ubisoft, Quantic Dream are both making Star Wars titles, and Bethesda, now owned by Microsoft, is making Indiana Jones. So,
ooh, as long as it's Harrison Ford, or modeled after Harrison Ford and down.
Yeah. I would be surprised if they didn't. Also, like if they could get him to voice act, that would be fucking tight. But
which he might be down to do. I'm pretty sure he's overacting, but hey,
yeah,
you're just talking to a microphone.
It's just gonna be like that lame voiceover from like Blade Runner. Remember the beginning of Blade Runner?
Care at all.
I was like, they're called replicants, and I'm a Blade Runner, which is like a bounty hunter, I guess. And he was like, Jesus Christ, Harrison.
That would be dope though. He's like, snakes. I hate
snakes. Oh no, it's the Ark of the Covenant, you bastards.
You know what? That's all I want now. It's just him not caring about it. I won't even be mad. I won't even be mad.
There's like a mode in the options for like audio options, like Harrison Ford's first take, and then like Harrison Ford's take after we actually paid him more money.
I'm down.
That'd be so good. But let us know down in the comments, guys. Which one are you most excited for? Horizon Forbidden West? God, I almost said Zero Dawn again. Or Elden Ring. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Pop it down in the comments. Shoot us a message on Facebook or Instagram. We do read all of those. We want to know what you guys think. While you're down there, make sure you like and subscribe, obviously, and tell your friends so we get more than the fucking 77 subscribers.
We need to tell that fucking dude off.
Yeah, we need to tell him. So we need more subscriptions, please. We can't have Australians making fun of us anymore.
Also, there's a 10K challenge on Twitter, but I'll stretch it out even on Instagram.
Yeah.
So if we get 10K subscribers or followers or whatever, we're going to show our man titties. So we'll fucking do it.
I'll show my dick for 10K subscribers. Are you kidding me?
You heard it here.
Yeah, I'm
going to show my man titties. Cody's going to show his dick.
I'll show my whole dick. Fucking erect. But if you want to subscribe, if you want to support us without seeing my dick, check out patreon.com/nerdswithfriends. Though if you pledge enough money on there too, we can work something out. we can see you can see some top of shaft if you want. We do appreciate all of our patrons who actually support us already. That's why we kind of show you guys' names every week as we ascend them to the heavens.
We should have tiers. We should have tiers for how many
I do have tiers. I'm a very sad person generally.
I mean, for subscribers,
that's how I jerk off.
For subscribers, like, if we get an X amount, we just show the Snickers dick vein.
Yeah.
If we get a further amount, we'll show the green M&M, like, flashing the Hershey Kisses.
God, the fucking M&Ms. In case you guys don't know what we're talking about, they Mars International or whatever recently said that they were updating the M&M's characters to be more progressive and fit into today's society. And all they did was give them different shoes.
I just don't get what they were adjusting. Like, I don't know
the green M&M had like go-go boots, so you knew she was down to fuck.
I just don't know anyone that's shaped like a perfect circle.
No.
Or someone else that's shaped like they have an almond wrapped around their skin.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, no, they were like, oh, she's got 2 sexy shoes. She's into blowjobs with go-go boots. And then the brown one too was just like too sassy. So now the green M&M and the brown M&M are going to be like girlfriends who are like empowering each other. I'm
Which
like,
they switched,
dude, who gives a fuck?
Well, they switched it from go-go boots to nurse shoes. Like, nurses don't fuck. Like,
nurses
like,
fuck. Everyone knows
porn
that.
knows what nurses
They just like to do it off of their feet because they've been on them all day.
Doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, fucking, and then the red M&M is not supposed to be as bossy anymore. Who gives a shit?
What? So is what's
if the red M&M's in charge, he can be bossy. That's what being the boss is.
Well, what's the comedian's name? What's it? John Lovitz. So John Lovitz isn't going to voice him anymore? Is that what it is?
I have no idea. Is John Lovitz really the voice of the Red M&M?
Pretty sure it's John.
I mean, it sounds like it. I am the Red M&M.
I'm pretty sure it's fucking him.
Yeah, so let us know what your favorite color M&M is and how, if you'd like to fuck that. Christian, as always. Oh, you're looking up John Lovitz?
It doesn't fucking matter.
Doesn't matter. Let us know down in the comments. Did John Lovitz voice the Red M&M?
I'm pretty sure he had something to do with it.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's fine. Christian, as always, thanks for being my video game playing buddy.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't played Vanguard together yet.
No, we should.
I bought the Attack on Titan pack for $20.
I haven't even looked at the fucking expansions because I know I'm going to... You know what it is? Is now that I'm living with the missus, like...
Yeah.
I can't literally see them
Hey,
money.
Christian, what are these $20 charges to the EA store, Activision store or whatever?
I didn't have to justify buying fucking skins for video games. I don't want to have that conversation.
You gotta keep a separate bank account. You work at a financial institution.
Just like,
make a. This is my gaming account. I just put $100 in there a month, and that's what I could spend on games.
yeah, no.
But to all the nerds out there, remember, you're not alone. You're with friends. This is Nerds with Friends. And I can't think of anything clever to do with video games. Have a good night.